Hello, welcome back to another Let's Play Planet Zoo. My name is Chris. This is episode 27 of Perseid Zoo. In this episode, we've got a little bit something different planned for you guys. First things first, what you're looking at is a splash pad created by the amazing Cavity Creep. He's a fellow YouTuber who, like me, just getting started on our channels. And he created this little creation for my park. I love this a lot. It's so good looking. So we had this idea that we would create kind of like a donor space in either one of our parks and send off the blueprints of kind of the outline for everybody or for each of us. And this is what he sent back. This little splash pad here with gazebo. I love these elephants in here with the water coming out of their trunks. It's probably my favorite feature out of the entire thing. It's so creative. It's so good. I'm tickled every time I see him. It's awesome. But anyway, this little splash pad. So I sent him the blueprints and a couple screenshots of what was kind of in the area, and he nailed it, hands down. I mean, we'll get the whole effect here. So, you know, you're walking through here. You've got the garden here on the right that mixes in with the garden right across the path, and you come across. You've got the splash pad kind of matching the like the timber work we've done around, and I think having a splash pad here is perfect. You know, you would come here. This would be like your break spot for the day. You know, you would have your meal. So, you know, one of the parents here could watch the kids while they're in the splash pad, while the other one goes off to get the food. And they could sit over here, and with these little windows in the splash pad area, you know, you could sit here and you could still watch your kid or kids in the splash pad here. I mean, like I said, he nailed it. This is like a perfect addition for this space. That's kind of was barren for a very long time. If I zoom out here, you'll see, you know, this was the corner here just off the seating area. We never really had anything. We used to have the keeper gate kind of going in here, but I moved it out of the way so that a little bit more room to work with. But I mean, this is like perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better. This is great. Like I said, Cavity Creep donated this space here, so I recommend you go check out his channel. I'll have a link for you down in the description. He's got a lot of great videos. He's working on his Missouri Conservation Park. It's looking really good. He's got a couple tutorial videos out there, some commentary about the updates, and some speculation about the DLC. So go check out his channel. Great guy, lots of great content. I mean, just look at this. I mean, if this is any sort of preview of what's on his channel, I mean, this is top-notch good right here. So yeah, go check out his channel. Leave a comment. Tell him Halcyon Chris sent you. And yeah, go check him out. Now, the real reason why we are having an episode like this instead of a speed build. If I show, I mean, there's this huge kind of terraforming project taking place right now. Well, we've run out of North American and South American animals, except for the tapir, which, let me zoom back over here to the North American and South American section. So, we're transitioning over into South America with the Perseid Institute here, and I was putting the tapirs in this little enclosure right next to the administration section. But when you look at the tapir exhibit compared to like everybody else, you know, the tapir's got the short end of the stick here. So until we get some more South American animals, I think I'm going to hold off on finishing the Americas section and instead focus on Africa, which seems to be fully fleshed out, at least in terms of what we're getting. There might be some more African animals thrown in here and there, but we have a substantial population of African animals that I think we're good. You know, we're pretty much done on getting African animals from Frontier. But don't hold me to that. We might get some more. But anyway, so this is the start of our African Savannah exhibit. If you remember back from episode 14 and a half, when I kind of laid out the master plan for the zoo, the idea is, at least the idea I've always thought, and we'll go down here for the full effect. So you would come out from the Welcome Center, and you'd kind of walk along this path, and then you would have a like 360 panorama overlook, which is what we're getting here, of the African Savannah, with like every animal that we have in game dropped in here. That is a African Savannah animal and will not eat other animals. So, so yeah, we've dropped them all in here, and I think it's looking good so far. I'm really kind of happy with. I mean, I love coming down here and seeing all these guests just kind of like piled in here, looking at this, you know, Savannah exhibit. I think it's really cool. It's far from complete. Like these empty spaces will be filled in. I'll probably put like vendors or bathroom or, you know, something in there, like an information kiosk or something. Kind of fill that out. Obviously need to finish the roof here, so I'm trying to do like a little bit of a basket weave, which is a little bit harder than it looks, mainly because I don't want things clipping in with each other. So having to do that with like two sizes, small and large, is proving a little bit of a challenge. But I mean, I'm always up for challenges, and if I'm not up for a challenge, then, as my wife will tell you, my stubbornness kicks in and I make it work, dang it. So that's what we're doing right now. So let me kind of give you the grand plan of the African section, since I'm not really giving you a good video here of a speed build or something. So the idea is, ignore this part on the right. That's not done. But that'll eventually be kind of like a mountain range that comes down this way to kind of mask the kind of the prairie landscape that we have. So if we come down here, we'll have, you know, mountains instead of prairie. But we would have, you know, all of our herbivore animals down here from the savannah, from the African savannah. I'm going to create a land bridge up here in this little ravine, so it'll kind of arch up and over so that hopefully all the animals can walk across it, so that they can get from here, walk across, get up here. I might build the land bridge over here and then like link it over there. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle this logistically. Like I said, I don't really plan out my builds. I just go with an idea and hit the ground running. So that's why we end up with an episode where we don't have a speed build. But the next part is kind of up here. So this is going to be the main part of the African exhibit, or at least the main feature. So the animals will be able to come up here on their little land bridge. They'll be able to walk back here. In this corner, I'm going to put all their hard shelter. There's going to be this is kind of here as a placeholder for like a cliff face. So you're going to have a cliff that runs all the way down to this like giant quarry down here. And I'll get on that in a second. But anyway, the thought is inside here, so this large area of space is going to be a whole bunch of African exhibits, but they're not going to be exhibits in the traditional sense. You're not going to be able to walk to them. What I'm envisioning is a safari ride. So we have that little safari Jeep, and what I think is you'll get in the Jeep here, or somewhere nearby. You'll take this little Jeep kind of along the cliff edge here. You're going to drive by, we'll get up to speed here, drive by all these other animals that are in the safari, or in the savannah exhibit. And they'll be hopefully able to walk up here as well. So we're just going to like drive along the cliff. You know, you get a different view than if you were down there. And then we're going to turn, you know, down here. We're going to decrease our elevation. You know, probably go through like a cave or something is what I'm guessing. Or maybe like a very narrow ravine. And you'd get down here, and I'm going to zoom out because I want to illustrate it. But down here would be a whole bunch of other exhibits. And you just kind of weave around your little safari car, you know, going to each and every exhibit, and then you'd finally link yourself back up here. Nestled in here will be a bunch of staff buildings that we're going to work out the logistics on how to get staff to those as well. But the whole thought is, like, this is going to be like a safari tour. You know, you're going to be able to go through it, and we'll have our lions, our cheetahs, our all of our carnivorous animals out here. We'll have like our lemurs, maybe kind of towards the ridge here, because what I want to do over here is I want this to be jungle. You know, we'll first transition into the jungles of Africa, and then the jungles of Asia, and then the jungles of South America. At least that's the plan. We don't really have any jungle of South American animals except for the tapir. So hopefully we get some. Otherwise, I'll just make some animals up, download some of the mods, and, you know, move animals around. No, look, it's not the lion. It's a jaguar. See, ta-da! I'm fairly sure we're gonna get some, you know, continental DLC thrown in here. At least that's my hope. We'll get some substantial DLC thrown in here sooner or later. Fingers crossed, anyway. But anyway, so we'll fill out the area here with a whole bunch of animals, and kind of like a safari style exhibit, you know, kind of weaving safari car ride here where we have all of our different animals, and I don't want there to be like an obvious fence between you and the animal. I want it to be, you know, while you're sitting in your car and your point of view is from the car, that maybe there's like a, you know, behind that, so like you look out, you see a bush, and then you see your cheetah, right? And then I want that to be like the illusion, like, oh my gosh, the cheetah's right there. I could like touch him if I wanted to. But what the people in the car don't see is the giant, you know, ravine with the little electrical wire running across it. And that's keeping the cheetah on the other side. And then they also don't see that, you know, every one of these exhibits is partitioned from each other. They're just able to kind of only observe them from their little car ride. And then, you know, oh, look, there's the cheetah in this, you know, clearing. And then there's the lion in that clearing. And here's the hyenas in this other clearing. And then here's some, you know, lemurs over up in these trees. You know, I want it to be very kind of natural feeling. Which I think is going to be kind of interesting to do, and definitely a bit of a challenge, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do, and it'll definitely be, you know, if I ever went to a zoo like that, that would be so cool. You know, you get in this little safari buggy, and you just kind of drive where you appear to be like right next to the animal. Like that would be awesome. You know, there's no, at least obvious barrier between you and the animal. Which I think would be a lot of fun. That's kind of something I also try to do here with the boat ride. So the boat ride kind of, you know, takes you out across past all these animals, and the thought is that, with the exception of like these, what do these guys call it? These the water buffalo? No, the wildebeest. With the exception of these wildebeest, and I guess the water buffalo do it too, or African buffalo do it. They seem to love swimming. With the exception of those animals, most of these other guys don't go swimming like these guys. I mean, I've seen them where they're like way the heck down here, where our eventual waterfall is going to be. So it's kind of funny, actually. They just go for like marathon swims. I don't know. None of the other animals want to do that, but these guys, they seem to love doing it. I mean, they love doing it so much they're fighting each other for who's going first. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a quick update. And now for probably the bad news is that since this project is so massive in its scale, plus like I look out my window right now and it's sunny and 60 degrees, and I don't want to be in here recording videos. I want to be out there playing in my garden because spring is finally here. I'm probably going to be devoting a lot less time to Planet Zoo. So these videos, at least the speed build ones, are probably going to become a little bit more irregular. Not to say I'm not going to push out Planet Zoo content. I'm still going to push out Planet Zoo content. But I'm also probably going to use this time to push out some other game content, just to kind of fill in the gaps and to give you guys something else to watch or view with these kind of smaller Planet Zoo episodes that I'm probably going to bring out. So with that said, I'm going to be starting a new series here. If you've ever heard of the game Crusader Kings, it's actually one of my favorite games. I would probably describe it as a map staring RPG, set in the medieval times, mixed with some strategy. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it. If you've never heard of it, or if you're a fan of Crusader Kings, I recommend you check out the videos when they drop. Because we're going to be playing a role-play campaign, and I think that's like the best way to play Crusader Kings is you forget kind of all the meta about the game. You don't play the game for playing the game, you know? You play it for the role play of it, if that makes sense. You know, I'm not going to set out with a goal of like conquer the world or become emperor of Rome, you know, that sort of thing. Instead, I'm going to say, okay, this character has this trait and this personality, and then based on the events that we start getting, we're going to do X, Y, and Z based upon whatever their character sheet says, which I think is a lot of fun. It adds to a lot of creativity. It's kind of a more storytelling game. And if you're wondering if it's going to be taking away time from Planet Zoo, this is actually a game I'm already playing, in addition to Planet Zoo. It's that game that I come home from work and I don't want to be creative anymore because I just spent, 8 hours coding up a problem. I just want to kind of sit back and play a game. This is the game I go to. It's very, at least to me, pretty mindless. I get to just become another character, role play and just kind of have fun. It's not, whereas like playing at Zoo, it requires a little bit more brain processing from me, I guess I could say. There'll be times where I'm working on a build and I'll leave it and I'm just like tired, like, oof, there goes all my creativity juice, it's gone. Like this game takes a whole lot more effort. Just to kind of give you an idea, the builds I do for the speed builds take anywhere between like 8, I think the last one took, it was pushing like the 16-hour mark. I mean, it was insane. This build right here has taken me 2 weeks of real time to get it to this point. And then you throw in editing the video, uploading it, promoting it, and then that's another like 4 hours right there. So you can easily spend, what is that, like, I'll say 12 to 20 hours a week per video, which is insane. I don't have that much time. So, especially now that it's spring and I'm going to be definitely doing more activities outside. And then when storm season gets here, I'm going to be spending even less time because I'm going to be out storm chasing at night. I am a NOAA storm spotter. I'm one of those crazy guys that goes out there and, I can't say I'm that crazy. I don't actually try to go and find the tornado. I generally try to stay out of the storm because they don't make good pictures. So yeah. Like guess long and short of it is there's going to be less time I have available to allocate towards Planet Zoo, so the episodes are going to become a little bit more regular, but I am going to try to supplement the channel's content with some of the other games that I traditionally play. Ones that I can just kind of narrate over while I'm playing it, so it'll be an actual true like let's play instead of a speed build let's play, which, I mean, if you take any of my videos that I have right now and multiplied their playtime by 8, because that's how much I speed them up, that'll give you an idea of how long it took me to build that build. And then you factor in all the cuts and all the off-camera work that I do to it. I mean, it adds up really fast. So, not leaving Planet Zoo. Still am enjoying this game immensely. But these updates, these Planet Zoo updates, at least the speed builds, will probably be becoming a lot less frequent. But no, this is not a death knell for this channel by any means. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I wanted to be completely honest and say, like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm not going dark. I'm not leaving YouTube. No, I plan on sticking by this channel because, I mean, like I said, it's fun for me. I enjoy doing this. I like making these videos. It's a good kind of like public speaking practice for me because my job is software development, and there's a lot of times where I don't talk. You know, they lock us in our offices and, you know, put the headphones on, and that's that, right? So I really enjoy this. It's a lot of fun to kind of show off the builds, and hearing the feedback and interaction from everybody it's a lot of fun. So, but anyway, just like I said, wanted to give you guys a heads up. Didn't want to, you know, completely go dark and just like disappear off the face of the earth, and people wonder, oh, well, that channel died. Nope. Still going to be pushing out different content. Planet Zoo's not going away. I'm still having all kinds of fun with it. Like I said, I mean, we just started a huge project here, and, you know, I mean, look at this size difference. I mean, on the right side of your screen, that's 26 episodes. On the left side of your screen, I mean, it's just a huge project I've undertaken. So we'll definitely show it off. I'll definitely have videos highlighting progress and stuff, but they'll probably be more along the lines of this format. I'll try to condense them so I'm not rambling as much. So I do definitely want to get some more I'm going to call them like Perseid stories, similar to what I did for the glacier, Perseid's Glacier, the polar bear exhibit, you know, where we have some kind of lore thrown into the exhibits here. And I think with Africa, we can definitely throw those in pretty easily. So I'm excited for the African exhibit. Hopefully you are as well, and hopefully you're excited about some of the new content coming to the channel. We'll probably have some non-Perseid Zoo, Planet Zoo videos thrown in here and there as well, because there are a couple like just little builds and stuff that I've had ideas and I wanted to build, but they don't really fit within the style of the zoo. So I might do a couple of those as well. But anyway, like I said, hope you guys are excited about the future of the African exhibit, even though it'll be a little bit of a cliffhanger here for a while. Hopefully you're excited about some new games, new content coming to the channel. But anyway, catch you guys on the next episode, or yeah, if it's not Planet Zoo, it'll be Crusader Kings or maybe another game I'm playing. So see you guys next time. Take it easy. Bye.